Fellow nerds, we heard some things this week, and we want to share them with all of you. Are you guys excited?
No,
Oh,
I want to share none of them. I want to hoard all of these rumors and lay atop them like a dragon hoarding his wealth in his cave.
well, that's a good idea.
Ecto cooler from High C.
Right.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out. That's our stream. We will be at the movies.
Okay, all right. Maybe a few rumors we can share.
Okay. Now, this first one is some casting rumors. A few we've heard, a few we've not heard. And it is for the Fantastic Four. With the first one being, I don't know. We'll find out. The first one is that Adam Driver is playing Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Yes, we have heard that. The second one is also something that has been bandied about quite a bit, and that is that Margot Robbie is going to be playing Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Once again, Adam Driver, he's an excellent actor. I think he could do it. Wasn't who I thought they would pick.
Yeah.
He seems a little thick to play Reed Richards, but who am I to judge? Margot Robbie, I think, is excellent actress. She can handle it. There was actually someone was saying that she is no longer going to be Harley Quinn because she's accepted this role, and James Gunn debunked it and said, not true. She can take an MCU role and still be in the DCU.
I love how quick he's jumping on Twitter to correct all of these fake rumors. I don't think I've ever seen any director or studio head be that proactive with that kind of stuff. You don't see Kevin Feige doing that.
I do too. It's nice, especially he's like, there's no DCU MCU war except between the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can share actors. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
we can even share directors.
That's right. Now, here's one I hadn't heard yet, and I didn't even really know who this guy was, so I had to look him up. But according to My Time to Shine Hello, Paul Mescal is playing Johnny Storm, the Human Torch.
He looks familiar. Where have I seen him
Yeah,
before?
what's he done?
I looked at his IMDb. I've seen nothing he's done. But he's got 8 projects coming out, and one of them being Gladiator 2. So it sounds like Hollywood is discovering this kid, and he must be doing a really good job because everybody's kind of after him. So sounds like, once again, MCU finding a young actor, letting him make some of that, blockbuster money, hopefully, do those things. And
Well, you know who else was breaking big right at this moment? Jonathan Majors. So, I always take it with a grain of salt nowadays.
Yeah.
'Cause right when you get hooked on some actor, some crap comes up. You know what I mean? So.
That is true, Dave. But Keith, I also decided to take a look because I thought he looked familiar. I guess I was wrong. I have not seen any of these things he's been in. It looks like he started to gain popularity around 2020, maybe a little bit before that.
yeah, I looked at his IMDb. I did not recognize one thing. I was like,
Born
but
in
then
96. Okay.
yeah, I looked at his upcoming when I saw Gladiator 2. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, they're starting to take notice of him. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they do a very good job with casting, so I'm sure he's going to be just fine and amazing. And now I know what you're asking. Who is going to play the Thing? And that is Daveed Diggs. And I had not heard of this gentleman either, but I did look him up. He was in Hamilton. He was a voice in The Little Mermaid. He was in Star Wars Visions. He's done a lot more things I just didn't know he was in that I've seen.
You have a picture of him?
I did. Didn't I put it up?
I don't
It's
see it.
not there, you silly bastard.
I put it in my preview and didn't send it over. Now
Okay,
it's there.
Yeah. I don't know that I know him either.
Well, he won't be
Would you say
wearing
his name was?
glasses when he's playing the Thing, is he?
It is Daveed Diggs. What?
He won't be wearing the glasses when he plays the thing, is he?
Well, he might. It's probably going to be CG, and he's going to do the voice. I don't think he's going to put a bunch of rocks on himself.
He's got to be turn into one from the beginning of the story, right?
Yeah, no, true. That's true.
Becoming a rock improves his vision.
He was in Snowpiercer, huh? All right.
Oh yeah, Snowpiercer.
All right. He's done a lot of voice work. It looks like. He's worked on Sesame Street, The Lion King, Central Park, an animated series, Zootopia, Soul, Disney's Soul, that Pixar movie. Yeah. Wow. Okay. No kidding.
All right. Going the Pedro Pascal way.
Nothing wrong with that. There
No,
are
certainly.
a lot of wonderful voice actors out there. In fact, isn't that what? Oh my God, why is her name escaping me? Bo-Katan. Didn't she spend a good deal of time doing
Katie
voice work
Sackhoff.
too? Katie Sackhoff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So she kind of split her time doing actual acting and what? Not that there's it's not lesser. It's a different form.
Yes, it's true. Some people are excellent voice actors, and it doesn't transition to live action. Some people are tremendous actors and can't do voice, work like that. So it definitely is
Yeah, like Vin
an
Diesel.
excellent.
Amazing voice actor. No,
Yeah, he is Groot.
I have to look up his Johnny Young Bosch was his name. He was one of the Power Rangers, and he does so much voice work. I guarantee you have heard him in something. He's a lot like Tara Strong, where his voice has been used for so many characters. And I remember when I looked up, I'm like, boy, that voice sounds familiar in this Final Fantasy game. And I'm like, oh, all of the things.
It is
By the
amazing
way,
sometimes.
I did see. This is off topic. I'm gonna go tangent time for a second, but it's still within the NCU. At the end of Guardians, speaking of voiceovers, made me think of Vin Diesel and
Mhm.
Groot. At the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3, spoilers, like nobody's seen it yet.
Yeah.
When he says, "I love you guys,"
Mm-hmm.
that's because the audience is now at the point where they can understand Groot. That's why they did that.
Yeah, we know.
We talked about that at the theater.
Did we talk about that?
Yeah. I'm almost positive we did.
Okay.
Boy,
I couldn't remember.
good
if
job
we
at
did.
remembering.
Yeah. See,
Now-
I don't have a good memory.
Neither
As
do
long
I.
as we're-
Okay.
As long as we're tangenting to a little bit of Guardians 3, this was confirmed. This is not a rumor. This is, even though it's on our Rumor Mill Rundown YouTube,
Mhm.
this is not a rumor. I didn't notice this, but James Gunn has confirmed it's true. Drax saved the High Evolutionary at the end of the movie and is carrying him out onto the ship when his ship is being destroyed.
Are you serious? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't. I only saw it on Twitter, and James Gunn confirmed. He said, not a lot of people noticed it, but that is true. Drax saved the High Evolutionary, took him off the ship. So the High Evolutionary lives in the MCU.
And was
So
they going to put
he's-
him in space jail or something?
I guess he's at nowhere then.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably at nowhere. Yep.
All right. Well, that's a choice.
Well, they have a lot more stories that the High Evolutionary can be a part of, and I think he could be, a big bad further down the line. Maybe, an evolutionary war, something along those lines. He's done a lot in the comics, so I'm glad they're keeping him alive. They may not have plans for him, but if something comes up, hopefully they can bring him back.
Keith, I feel like I recall you mentioning something about this potential evolutionary war, maybe in one of our videos. I don't know if it was maybe a theory palooza of some kind. I don't know, but either way, you guys should all go back and rewatch all of our Guardians videos just in case, because I'm pretty sure Keith mentioned this.
We definitely did talk. Yeah, it was a nice comic series that took place over all of the annuals over the summer and all the comics. It was excellent. Apocalypse shows up. It's very well done. Very cool. But once again, talking Fantastic Four. Before we stop talking about this, remember, this is all rumors. Nothing has been officially confirmed by Marvel Studios, but these are starting to pick up heat. And I don't know if they're waiting till post-writer strike, once, that gets resolved, or if they're waiting for Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con coming up to make these announcements. But My Time to Shine, hello, has been
Pretty
extremely accurate, yeah. So I think there's a good chance that this is actually our Fantastic Four. It looks good to me.
So what do you? Yeah, I was gonna say, if you had to rate these guys on a Doug scale for choices, which we've never done before, so I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but I always
Just
thought
'cause
Marvel
Rating
did
people
really
has
good.
always gone over well.
Well, for the character. I mean, for overall,
I'm teasing.
like I think Marvel has done an excellent job with all their casting so far. I've been really impressed, but this is the first stumble. I can't see any of these guys as my number one choice that you just laid out.
You know what I've come to the conclusion of is whenever people put up fan casts, it seems to be that they're picking people based on previous roles that they've played in a costume or with a hairdo that is reminiscent of the character that they want them to play. And it's begun to bug me because that's not how this stuff works. When they do, if these are the people that end up getting chosen, when they do pick them, they're going to have their own costuming, makeup. They'll probably cut, Kylo Ren's hair down and give him some salt and pepper. They'll, I'm sure they will glue some bricks all over our man there at the end. No CG for him, just pile of bricks and but
The
yeah,
big
no. So like
styrofoam suit.
I get that. I get that. They may not be everybody's first initial choice. I am a little weirded out by Margot Robbie. That's an odd choice for me for Sue Storm, but we'll have to wait and see. If they do end up becoming the picks. Like you said, Dave, Marvel's usually pretty good at casting roles, so we'll just have to see what ends up coming of it. If they're able to work their magic and make me believe that these are those characters.
I mean, they even got MODOK right, so they can do it.
Wait, which one?
I'm talking Darren Cross.
Oh, I was gonna say if you meant Patton Oswalt, yes, I did.
Oh, absolutely, Patton Oswalt.
I was actually just rewatching an episode from that a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh god, I forgot how funny this was.
That is a tremendous show. I'm very sad that we're not getting a second season
Yeah.
because I laughed out loud sitting by myself watching it. So it's funny if. But are you guys?
If I may tangent just briefly.
Do it.
So
Do it.
I was watching a video earlier today, and they were talking about the character of Leslie Knope in Parks and Rec, and the
Nope.
premise of the video was why her character in season 1 didn't work, and they came to that conclusion because season 1 of the series got very low ratings, low viewership, and it got me thinking. I'm like, in today's climate with the way that streaming services work, if that were the case, like speaking of MODOK, it would have been canceled. They wouldn't have just tried to rework the character. If it would have gotten low views and low ratings, they wouldn't have renewed it. So I gotta say, when they were making that show, that had to have been the early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Yeah.
They were lucky that showrunner, those writers, the people involved, they were lucky that they were thinking to themselves, you know what, this has potential. We're going to rework this character and we're going to renew it for a second, third season. And I wish that they would do that with some of these other shows. Like MODOK should have gotten another chance.
The only problem that happened with MODOK is, remember when Marvel Television got sort of dismantled and Marvel Studios took over the television side of it. I think that's the only reason why it got canceled, because it was funny and it had to have gotten pretty good ratings. Of course, they don't really release the ratings on that stuff, but I think it was more of a victim of the change in management for the television side of Marvel more than anything else, Because Patton Oswalt, we know he's doing Pip the Troll in the MCU. Don't know if he's going to show up again, but he's obviously, a nerd's a nerd. So, but are you guys ready for the next rumor?
Yes.
Yep.
This is all about Deadpool 3.
Ooh.
Which started filming this week.
Halle Berry, Femke Janssen, and James Marsden, that is Storm, Jean Grey, and Cyclops, are reprising their role from this. Reprising their roles in Deadpool 3.
Wow.
And-
okay.
And the reason is, Kevin Feige worked on the first X-Men movie. And I don't know, there's a rumor that Bryan Singer, being the blankety blank that he is, said he didn't want any comics on set. He didn't want anyone reading any comics. This was his vision. He didn't want it tainted. And Kevin Feige snuck comics onto the set for people to read. I don't know if that's true, but a lot of people have said it. So, but he wants,
I could totally buy that.
according to rumor, he wants the proper send-off for the Fox X-Men universe.
Well,
And this is part-
it makes sense because we got Mobius Mobius in this movie, so they're gonna be dealing with variants, and they could bring them. Hell, they could bring them all back and variant them out if they wanted to do that.
Really? And we could meet some of the new X-Men in the MCU.
Right? They could do both.
Yeah.
It'd be
I'm
like
waiting
what
for.
the Multiverse of Madness should have been.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Obviously this is gonna have the Deadpool flavor to it. Multiverse of Madness definitely had to be a bit more serious.
You know what's nuts about it is like Deadpool's going to be the only one who's going to exist in both universes. Because this is not his last MCU movie.
Oh
You know, but he's the only one who's going to be coming. Well, unless, like you said, they bring in the new cast, which would be crazy if they already had people picked out for the new cast.
These days, there's so many scoopers and so many people who, before it's officially announced, get these things right that I would be shocked if they had people picked out and it did not leak. But some secrets they probably hold on to, and they could, if they have them cast, as soon as they show up on set, someone will leak it. I'm almost positive.
I would not be surprised if at some point in the movie, because we know how he likes to break the fourth wall, if he brings up the fact that this movie got a much bigger budget, and B, if he also manages to bring up She-Hulk. It's like,
I saw a
you're
commercial.
not going to outdo me.
I saw a commercial for Deadpool 3, and it had what was her name? The excellent actress that played She-Hulk.
Tatiana Maslany.
Tatiana Maslany. She gets on there, and then she looks at the camera and she goes, "We did it first, so there." I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa! You did not do it first. And you see the first two Deadpool movies, you did not do the breaking the fourth wall first. Maybe
I don't know.
MCU.
Did she mean? Well, she could have meant MCU. She also did it in the comics first. She could have meant that because She-Hulk broke the fourth wall back in the '80s, and Deadpool wasn't even introduced. So she could have meant that too. But yeah, she definitely, if she just means overall, they definitely didn't do it first in the movies.
Yeah.
But
You
there's
go back
one
to
more.
Pierce Bueller if you want.
That's true. That's true. What are you guys still doing here? Go home. It's over. But there's another Deadpool 3 rumor here.
Okay.
Now, it was not said who they were, just that a villain from the X-Men movies and one from the MCU will be in it. And I have been
As in
racking
this-
my brain.
3.
In Deadpool 3, yes.
So one villain who's been in both.
No. One villain from the Fox universe
Okay.
and one villain from the MCU.
Okay.
I'm trying to go through all the villains. We had Apocalypse, we had Magneto, we had, the Blob, we had Toad, we had Mystique, we had Sentinels, we had,
No.
and I'm like, God, who would they bring in? There's so many, it could even be from a Deadpool movie. Maybe it's
Well,
Ajax.
It's, Wilson Fisk. No, he wasn't into both.
Well, he has been in the MCU, but in Hawkeye, but yeah. So according to the Scooper, they're going to let us know who it is at a later date. Just they wanted to get that out there. I'm like, holy cow, who the heck could it be? Because let's see, X-Men 1, we had Magneto. X2, we had Sentinels, we had the government. Days of Future Past was still kind of Sentinels, maybe Nimrod. Oh, what about First Class? What if it's like Kevin Bacon doing
Kevin
Sebastian
Bacon's
Shaw?
character?
Yeah, Sebastian Shaw.
Hmm.
Or maybe,
I mean, I thought he was dead, but okay.
well, he is, but Logan died in the movies too.
Oh,
I mean, maybe
true.
it's Emma
All right.
Frost. And
That
then,
is in
MC
2029, though.
yeah, I'm trying to think MCU villains who could pop up in
Mhm.
this. Because it's probably going to be,
So it wouldn't necessarily need to be a villain that appeared in X-Men before, right?
correct.
Okay. Hmm.
Because I don't know. Well, there's a lot of villains who've shown up in
Thanos.
the X-Men comics. Oh, maybe. You know what? If Josh Brolin is going to come
He
back as
did,
Cable,
you know, when he
Thanos.
was making fun of Cable, he did make a Thanos reference.
Pipe down,
That-
Thanos.
I tire of your games, boy.
Well, if it is a multiverse, they can bring in Thanos. They can bring
They
Thanos and Cable in, put them in the same scene, look at each other, and wonder why.
Good-looking young man. Yes, indeed.
I concur.
Why is your arm CGI?
What?
Why is all of you CGI? It's not.
Why are you Why am I looking at your neck when your face is up there?
I'm the same actor. I love when you see like behind the scenes stuff and like Josh Brolin was on set. They always had like something leading up. Like for the other actors, like, look here, this is where his face is gonna be. And that's just gotta be weird. You're looking up there, Josh is like, hello, I'm right here, guys. Stop it.
What should be something crazy like Dormammu?
Oh, that's not a bad guess.
If we're diving into the multiverse, maybe he gets out of the dark dimension, and it can lead into Doctor Strange 3.
We've heard there's been rumors that Scott Derrickson is coming back for the third Doctor Strange movie. Once again, has not been confirmed, but that has been the rumor out there.
All right.
Oop, I did the right thing. All right, are you guys ready for the next one? This shouldn't be
Right
much
on
of a
it.
shock because
Okay.
I think we may have talked about it before. And once again, this is still a rumor, but once we start hearing about it like this, it's a little more likely.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of his role in Daredevil Born Again, the Punisher will be getting his own show on Disney Plus, Hulu, whatever. Since they're merging, it's going to probably be that. So,
This is good news. My dad will be very happy. He loved the Netflix Punisher show.
It was
It
good.
was-
The second season was a little not as good as the first. Let's just say that the first season was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
but him showing up on Daredevil season 2 was also tremendous.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was.
So,
And it's John Bernthal, so the man born to play that role.
yep.
So
Once
good.
again,
Yeah.
they've gotten so many of these castings right. It's hard to look at them. As weirded out as I am by Adam Driver being Reed Richards, it'll probably be awesome. It'll be, I was even more weirded out, by Heath Ledger. So, you never know.
Finn Jones. I mean, come on, that was Oscar-worthy performance.
Seriously, like, I'm waiting, now that you bring up Adam Driver again, like, I'm waiting for him to show up on screen so much skinnier than he's normally been, completely clean-shaven, hair cut really short, and I'll just be like, oh my god, what did they do to my boy? They massacred my boy.
Come on, when John Krasinski did it, he had a beard. Come on.
Oh yeah, for Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Reed Richards has, had a beard lately in the comics. So, more than
Does the
likely.
beard also stretch? Can he
Yeah.
stretch his hair?
Yes, he can. It's got to be.
I hope so. That would make a great scene.
So creepy.
And every time he walks by a plate of spaghetti, he's just like,
Ah.
no, not
It's
again.
stuck in my beard. It's never coming out.
Scarlet Witch isn't around, is she? Dear God.
Oh, I hope that's a Deadpool joke. He walks past a plate of spaghetti and goes, "Oh, I didn't know the Fantastic Four would be in this movie." Oh God, hire me to be a writer.
Don't cross
you
that
are,
picket line.
Yeah, don't
I'll be a
cross the
scab.
picket line. I mean, you're already, the president of Lucasfilm. You got to write this stuff too? Come on, Doug. How many jobs do you want?
Look, do you know how much rent is?
Where at?
The movie?
Everywhere.
The play? 345,600 minutes.
I watched.
You're talking about.
I watched a video earlier today, and this dude was comparing the price of a house in a major city compared to the same exact price for a castle in Scotland. $2 million.
Oh,
For
wow.
a castle.
Yeah, for a whole ass castle.
Does it have electricity?
Yes,
Does it have
and
horse-
better Wi-Fi.
Does it have a moat?
It did not have a moat, but it did have
What
like
about-
big stone gate. So
You just
that was
build
kinda
one.
cool. You could just
Hey.
build a moat.
I ain't shoveling out a moat. What do I look like? Oh, I could hire people. Oh, that's right. Okay, good, good.
Peasants.
Yeah, like it.
That's
Because
what they're
we
there
know
for.
you don't pay taxes on debt, so you just take a loan out against your castle, and then you dig a moat, and you got to make it sure it's big enough to put in all your water toys.
So are we in agreement then? Not your status quo. We're gonna buy a castle. That's gonna be our
Yes.
Okay.
Our first $2 million that we make.
Heck yeah.
Coming to you live from
Absolutely.
Scotland. All right, are you guys ready for the next one? This
I
one's
am.
gonna be less thunderous, a lot less thunderous than the Punisher coming over, but Viv and Vivian Vision are going to make their MCU debut in Vision Quest. And
Really?
the reason I bring this up, Tom Taylor's run on the Vision solo comic was absolutely outstanding. The Vision
Yeah,
has a whole
Absolutely
family.
outstanding. I'm gonna go get something else to drink here. I'll be right back.
But it was so well written, and I really hope that the Vision Quest series kind of capitalizes on what he wrote. It sounds like, now once again, this rumor could just be somebody, they're going to do Tom Taylor's run on the Vision and just making guesses, because we know that Vision Quest was also, the title of John Byrne's Vision story from the West Coast Avengers, where basically the government dismantled him and he came back as the White Vision and all of that good stuff. So, this one out of all of them, I'm the least hesitant to believe until we hear more. But I'm hoping it happens. Vin doesn't make it, but Vivian goes on to become a champion and all of those, hanging out with Riri Williams and Miss Marvel and all that stuff. So, I think Kevin Feige wants to bring some of these younger characters together, make a team out of them, whether it's the Young Avengers or the Champions, doesn't really matter. But this sounds like about where he would want to go. So, hopefully it's true. All right.
Feige did say, and I don't remember which character he compared them to, but the way that they're going to develop Adam Warlock over the next few movies is going to be similar to another character, and I can't remember if he said Mantis. Or
Really?
yeah, that he'll be getting increasingly more roles as he goes on.
All right.
So good for him. That's
Yeah.
a rumor,
Yeah.
but I did see him say it in an interview.
All right. The next rumor is what we've all been waiting for. We knew he was coming to the MCU. We told you all about it way back in our WandaVision What's Next.
Oh God. Oh no.
Mephisto is going to be the person that bought Avengers Tower.
No way.
Hey, well, wow. That is not the way that I thought that was going to go. All right.
I was reading this. The Cosmic Circus, who is a great channel, great scoopers. They're on Twitter. They have their own website. They're really good about this stuff. And they said that the Ironheart show is going to basically reveal it all. And we know that Ironheart is going to put science versus magic while Riri Williams battles the Hood. And we've heard rumors that Mephisto is going to be behind the Hood's power. But for some reason, which they're not sure why at this point, Mephisto is going to have an obsession with tech. And that is why he buys Avengers Tower. And that's why he's kind of manipulating certain strings that he's going to manipulate in the MCU to start.
Okay.
Didn't this show get put on hold for a little while though? Is it because of the strike, or they were just moving it back?
They were just moving it back. They just resituated all of the MCU because it was originally going to come out this year. It's filmed. It's in the bank. They'll probably have reshoots and maybe some other things coming up. But Ironheart is done filming.
Wow.
So they wanted to. They could come out with it anytime they wanted. But they're going to push it to 2025. I guess Ironheart, Vision Quest, and the Wonder Man series are going to be the three things that come out on Disney Plus, MCU-wise, in 2025. But, we've heard...
If that's a formula, are they going with 3 shows a year?
Could be.
I don't know. 'Cause
I just know what...
overload it,
You don't. And I mean, this year we're getting Secret Invasion, we're getting Echo, we're getting... Did we get something else from the MCU this year yet?
I think you're thinking of Star Wars is getting 3 things. We got Ahsoka, we got the Skeleton Crew, and then there's one other thing.
Mandalorian.
What's Mandalorian? Not this year.
Well, no, not another one. We already had one this year.
Oh, so there's 3 for the year. Yeah, that's about right. I think that's what it was. Because I know MCU is really slowing it down.
Yes, they've been doing that on purpose because they want to figure out, like, okay, what's been going on? Why are we not getting the same type of excitement that we've had for these projects in the past? And I think it was oh my gosh, CEO of Disney that came back.
Bob Iger.
Bob Iger. Didn't he say that they wanted to push for more quality, less quantity, and so they're going to start trimming some of the fat?
Yeah.
He definitely did.
And I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we don't
Because
need a
whether-
Marvel and Star Wars show going, each airing each week just to have 52 weeks of that. They can plenty of time between the movies and everyone was still excited for it. You don't got to have content all the time.
Yeah, you got to build anticipation. If you got something going all the time, it's hard to do.
Yep.
Right, Jackson? Right, buddy?
Love your dog.
Sounds good to him.
He gave me the look. Like, yeah, I agree, man.
You're darn right, Dave. Now give me a TREAT.
Don't have none of those. I just fed him dinner.
That was like forever ago, Dave.
Yeah, I know, to a dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now watch, he's going to lead me out. Yep, there he goes. All right. You guys should.
All right.
You said the word, and he's out there looking for it.
I didn't say the word, I spelled it. Unless Jackson can spell.
He knows how to spell, though.
Yeah, he can spell.
Oh, doe. Sorry about that.
Keith, come on, man.
But it's funny because, speaking of Mephisto, there's been so many rumors about him. Some people have said that they filmed a Halloween special with Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto. Other places are saying that's not true. He's supposed to show up in Ironheart. He's supposed to show up in Agatha, Coven of Chaos. So many rumors, so it'll be nice to see when we finally get, because Marvel Studios has not confirmed anything about this yet, but the rumors have been out there, and the Sacha Baron Cohen playing him has been, and part of this sort of rumor is that a lot of his scenes in Ironheart are going to be as a man in a suit. You're not going to see him as his devilish self. You'll see him at times, but I wonder if that was kind of a cost saving on CGI a bit, or maybe not even cost saving, just time, because we know how backed up to CGI, workers have been. Maybe they're just like, so he's not going to be a fiery demon the whole time. He's
Not
gonna
only
walk around.
how backed up they've been, but they're also kind of in a similar situation where they certainly have been mentioning they aren't being paid as well, and they don't get the same kind of credit. I know that there was something that happened, I want to say 2 years ago maybe, at the Academy Awards. They started noting that every time there was an award being given for visual effects, they wouldn't give them the same amount of time, and they would rush them off the stage quicker to give more time to the actors that won awards. And
That is a
they
bunch
work
of
hard, too.
BS. They do. They definitely do. Just because they're not seeing them all the time doesn't mean their job isn't important.
It'd be funny if his name was Mr. Needful.
Oh God.
So
Now-
she doesn't know
Absolutely
he's-
zero creativity.
Right. She has no idea that he's the devil, and she goes into a shop all the time. Oh, how you doing, Mr. Needful?
And then I assume Stephen King will need to have some sort of cameo.
Of course. Now we have one final MCU rumor to talk about.
Okay.
And I know this is going to excite Doug to no end.
Oh dear God.
They are remaking Wonder Woman 1980. No, I'm just kidding.
That's not you.
Agatha, Coven of Chaos, is going to be 9 episodes long.
What?
Does it need that many?
Apparently they got
According to this rumor, it was originally going to be 6, and the showrunners basically said, "Here's what we want to do. It's 9 episodes." And Marvel looked over and said, "You know what? You got 9 episodes." So I'm hoping that they
in 3 episodes of The Mandalorian.
I can see them doing that.
that would be crazy. What, you're not even in this universe. I can bring in
Multiverse,
cold.
bitch.
So they
But
decided
hopefully-
to make the whole thing about Aubrey Plaza then?
Well, let's hope. There was a rumor about her character in this too. It's funny you bring her up because a lot of people thought she might be playing. Oh my God. She is a powerful sorceress from the Arthur and Merlin times.
Oh, okay. I know
She
you're
was
talking
played by
about
Liz
Agatha.
Hurley in The Runaways.
Yeah.
You gotta say it like a game show host, man. You're not announcing this right. She was back in the Salem trials. She will be out there today. Her name is
Morgan Le Fay.
Morgan Le Fay.
But someone else has claimed otherwise.
Hmm.
And I like this better.
Okay.
Aubrey Plaza is going to be playing Death in Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
No way. Then they will have to bring Thanos back.
Right.
That was my first thought too. I'm like, oh man, they couldn't have had her in Infinity War and Endgame, with the whole, Thanos' love of death, and that's why he's basically doing it. I think the MCU did a little better with saying, oh, there's not enough supplies and stuff. It was a little weird, but man, if she could have been playing Death alongside Thanos, that would have been fantastic.
And
Yes.
Thanos,
So-
the reason he can't kill Deadpool is because Death's in love with Deadpool, and he doesn't want to hurt him. The whole thing. You guys?
No, I never saw that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So because Death doesn't want him to kill Deadpool, so he doesn't?
Death cannot be with Deadpool because Deadpool. That's the whole allure. She loves him because she can't be with him.
Oh,
And
okay.
so Thanos will not kill Deadpool because he doesn't want Death being with Deadpool.
I see.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Yeah,
You gotta love Deadpool comics. They're so
we
Mm-hmm.
do.
They're ridiculous.
wackiness
I love it.
abounding.
That's why Ryan Reynolds is perfect for it.
But all right, that is all of the rumors we got today. Gentlemen, any thoughts? YouTube, if you're out there still, please don't forget to do the YouTube stuff. Subscribe, like the video, comment. We'd love to talk to you.
We do it all.
Well, I have one more rumor, if you don't mind
Ooh.
hijacking it for a moment.
No, go ahead.
I wasn't sure if you had heard this yet or not. You probably don't want a graphic, do you? I can give
If you have one, we could always,
Yeah, Sure. No, I'll toss it
You
up.
gonna get
real
all
quick.
graphic with him?
I will get very graphic with him.
Whoa.
Let's see here.
Keep your shirt on.
Which one will Dave appreciate more?
Now
Now I think this is about an actress in the
picture.
MCU.
Oh, not in the MCU, but definitely an actress.
In the DCU? Star Wars.
You'll see.
When I see her, I will think DCU.
Sure, you can keep thinking that.
Okay. I take it we're going to see this
He's
person
being
in
very
character.
cryptic.
Yeah. Are we going to see this person in character in your picture?
You will. You will definitely see this person in character in
So
the
it's a
picture.
Wookiee.
Well, hold on. I believe they are still uploading. So you guys will get
I'm
to
not
see
even
him,
gonna
and
look until
maybe
Keith puts it up.
Keith will be able to toss them over. Now I'm going to toss over exactly what she is going to be in.
Let me get this picture up. Give me one
All right.
moment. Oh, it's a huge picture, too. Gotta shrink it down.
By all means, shrink it down.
No, make it the whole screen.
Definitely be worth it. You're not.
And by the way, we're always right. Doesn't matter how many years it takes. We have footage that I'm going to put together from Keith predicting things 5 years ago that came true 5 years later, and we're going to put a little short video together and show you we're always right.
Excellent. I think that would be
That's a good idea.
go over well. But here we go. Here's the picture. Doug, take it away, sir.
All right. So this, for those of you that do not know, this is Yvonne Chapman. She is going to play Avatar Kyoshi in Netflix's upcoming live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender series. That's right. It is still coming, and apparently the latest rumor is it will most likely get released by the end of this year.
Huh.
Yes, they plan on announcing it later on at, I assume, Comic-Con. But the reason why I wanted to share her picture is because the bigger rumor that came out recently, the other day, actually, is she is finally, sort of letting it slip, the role that she'll be playing in the first season. Now, I don't know if you guys remember when we were watching and reviewing the animated series, she really doesn't show up all that much. Barely in the first season, she shows up a little bit more in the second season, but she doesn't have like a big role in the animated series overall. Well, because this is a slightly different medium, because they want to be able to give more background to these characters, and because I guess this actress was a huge fan of the Avatar Kyoshi graphic novel series that came out. She decided, read all of them, got really into the character, and they've decided that she's going to play a mentor character for Avatar Aang. And she's going to have a more prominent role and work alongside the other avatars. So it's not just going to be Avatar Roku, the firebending avatar that came right before Aang. It's also going to be him, it's going to be Kyoshi, and it's going to be the waterbender avatar as well.
Nice. That actually doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, and so they, right now it sounds like there's going to be 8 episodes for the first season. And they do not, there's conflicting rumors. One rumor says that they're going to make it through all of book 1 in the first season. Another rumor says they're going to split it in half, where season 1 is half of book 1, and then season 2 is the other half, and because they want to give it as much time. And I guess they're going to cut out some of the more fluffier stuff where Aang claims that he doesn't want to kill, and they're going to very, very clearly show that the things that he does has repercussions. So whenever he says, I don't want to kill, they're going to illustrate that when he shoots down an airship with his air and there are people on board, oopsie daisy.
All I care about is who is being cast as the cabbage guy. That's it.
Keith mentioned that. Well, isn't it the guy who does the voice?
That was the rumor at the time, that the voice
I wonder if
actor
that's
was
still
going
the
to be the
case.
cabbages guy.
Because that's right, Dave. You're not in the Avatar group in our Slack channel anymore. I forgot about that
Why am I not in the Avatar group?
because you left it.
I left it.
Yeah, I
When
guess
was
you
the
got
last
bored of
time
it.
we actually said anything in it?
I don't know. A couple
I'll
of
tell
months
you,
ago.
it was Monday, May 1st.
Is that the day I left?
No. No, but we should put you back in.
Yeah, do it. If we're gonna have conversations, yeah.
Well, if the series, if the new series is going to be coming out, probably not a bad idea.
That's true.
But yeah, I was kind of surprised.
I got out of the Morbius channel too.
Oh, you're not missing anything there.
You're fine.
But no, I was kind of surprised to hear that it might be potentially coming out this year. I thought for sure that it still had a long way to go because the rumors about this series are so sporadic. It was really up in the air, especially I think it was Keith and I, we did a video in 2020 when the original creators left the project. So this has been an ongoing, project that they've been working on for a very long time. And I think they finally got the casting down like last year, and then, finally finished up filming this year. So,
Well,
it's
hope it
crazy.
comes out. I'm looking forward
I
to it.
hope it
One of the
does.
things.
And I hope it's good because at the same time, the original creators have moved on to Paramount Plus, and they're doing their own Avatar animated universe on Paramount Plus, separate from the Avatar universe that's going to be on Netflix.
I have a feeling the animated series is going to be better than the Netflix series.
It probably will be, but fingers crossed.
But I think a lot of the charm of the series was, some of the silly animation stuff they did.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cabbage guy constantly, losing his cabbages and showing up everywhere. Aang, like eyes getting all big when weird stuff happens. That was a lot of the charm of the original series. And I think they're going to, and I don't know this for sure, but I have a bad feeling the series on Netflix is going to try to make it overly serious and drama filled, and I think it's going to
That's what
lose
it
something in
sounds
that.
like.
And I think
Like
it was you
I've seen a
telling
lot
us,
of
Doug,
rumors.
that I think it was you telling us that they're going to be like older, so there could be like sexual
Yes.
tension between, and it's like, I don't know if that's really needed for this. But once again, they may pull it off and it may be okay, but
The
I gotta.
the people who were talking about it at the time, and again, this was even before all of the casting was nailed down. They had said the reason why they wanted to do that was because of the romance plots that were in the original series, and they thought it was too weird having it between a 10-year-old and a what is she, like 13 or something. So they wanted to
Probably,
like
yeah.
age everybody up by a little bit and make Aang at
Wait.
least a teenager.
Come on, it worked for the Phantom Menace.
No, it did not. It did not. You're an angel.
Come on, he was 9 and she was 14, right? Something like that. That's
That
right.
is exactly the ages. And have I told you why I have the entire plot of Phantom Menace memorized? And it is not from watching it. From the Weird Al song.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
of course. The Saga begins.
Yes.
And don't forget to hit us up at Twitter, leave a comment down below, and we will see you next time on Not Your Status Quo.